In the 7th century AD, a new power surged out of Arabia, its armies united by faith and driven by fervent zeal. This was the unstoppable force of Islam, led by the successors of the Prophet Muhammad. Victories came in quick succession. Persia, a behemoth of antiquity, crumbled. Byzantium, the eastern bastion of Christianity, reeled from the onslaught, its once impenetrable defenses breached. The fertile lands of the Levant and North Africa fell, incorporated into a burgeoning empire that stretched from the Atlantic coast to the edges of Central Asia. Yet, south of Egypt, in the heart of Africa, lay a land unconquered, Nubia. This ancient kingdom, heir to the glories of pharaohs long gone, stood defiant. Ruled by the Christian kings of Makuria, with its capital at Dongola, Nubia was a land of formidable warriors and ancient pride. They had repelled Roman legions in centuries past. Could they now withstand the storm of the Islamic conquests? The stage was set for a clash of civilizations, a confrontation that would determine the fate of Nubia and shape the destiny of the region for centuries to come. The Nubians were renowned for their archery skills. They used a unique type of bow, longer and more powerful than their Arab counterparts, capable of sending arrows with incredible force and accuracy. Their quivers held a variety of arrows, some designed to pierce armor, others tipped with flaming pitch for incendiary attacks. This mastery of archery, coupled with their knowledge of the terrain, would prove crucial in the coming conflict. The Arab army, under the command of the seasoned general Uqba ibn Nafi, crossed the Egyptian border into Nubian territory. They were a formidable force, battle-hardened and confident in their string of victories. Their cavalry, sweeping across the sands in a tide of steel, was a fearsome sight. The infantry, disciplined and well-equipped, marched behind, ready to engage the enemy. The Nubians, however, were not content to fight a conventional battle. They knew the terrain, the scorching deserts, and the treacherous Nile far better than their adversaries. They employed guerrilla tactics, harassing the Arab supply lines, launching swift raids, and melting back into the desert before the invaders could respond effectively. This war of attrition took its toll on the Arab army. The scorching desert sun, unfamiliar to many of the Arab soldiers, became their enemy, sapping their strength and resolve. Uqba ibn Nafi, frustrated by the Nubian tactics, decided to force a decisive confrontation. He marched his army towards Dongola, the Nubian capital, hoping to lure the Nubian army into a pitched battle. The Nubian king, aware of the Arab advance, prepared his defenses. He gathered his forces, seasoned warriors all, and positioned them strategically around Dongola, utilizing the terrain to their advantage. The ensuing battle was fierce and bloody. The Arab cavalry charged, their scimitars flashing in the sunlight, only to be met by a hail of Nubian arrows. The Nubian archers, positioned on higher ground and behind fortified positions, rained down deadly volleys upon the advancing Arab ranks. Their arrows found their marks, piercing shields, armor, and flesh, throwing the Arab formations into disarray. The Nubians, however, had a secret weapon, a fearsome war cry that echoed across the battlefield, unnerving the Arab soldiers. It was said that the Nubian king, a giant of a man clad in shining armor, led the charge, his voice booming across the battlefield, urging his men forward. The Arab assault faltered, their ranks wavering under the relentless Nubian counterattack. The Nubian cavalry, swift and deadly, exploited the gaps in the Arab lines, charging into the heart of the enemy formation. The tide of the battle had turned, but the war was far from over. In 652, the Second Battle of Dongola saw the early Arab forces of the Rashidun clash once more with the Nubian Christian forces of the Kingdom of Makuria. This time, the Nubians, fortified by their previous victory, triumphed once more against the Arab onslaught, leading to a historic stalemate that would shape the region's future. The Second Battle of Dongola culminated in the signing of the Bakht Treaty, a remarkable agreement that ensured peace and mutual respect between the two powers for centuries to come. Stay tuned for our next video, where we delve into this epic confrontation.